lives for us. But here I would like to focus a little bit on discovering a terrorist cell in Qina that's headed by a doctor and a teacher. What's an excuse of a well-educated person to enter or to be involved into such a crime?
The excuse is the wrong understanding of Islam. They are being brainwashed. They think that this is jihad. They are defending Islam. Who are they defending? Islam. Who are defending Islam? What is Islam in their eyes? They don't understand Islam at all. Islam is not a violent religion. If someone is educated to be a doctor or a teacher, and the teacher is more dangerous, of course, because he affects many generations. Yes, he affects generations. He brainwashes these generations. It will take a long time for Al-Azhar to correct this, because it will not be finished in a day or in a month or even a year. It will need long time.
Even Al-Azhar needs renovation,
reform, yes,
and
of course,
and to rearrange the house from inside.
Of course.
Let's continue after this detailed report about this incident which took place yesterday, which claimed the life of a police officer and wounded 8 conscripts and a civilian.
A bomb attack on Friday on a police convoy in the capital, Cairo, killed an officer and wounded 7 conscripts and a civilian. Officials said that the blast occurred in Ain Shams, a neighborhood in northeast Cairo. Meanwhile, the Interior Ministry said that a homemade bomb targeted the police patrol. It added that the officer who served in an anti-riot unit was rushed to hospital and died of his wounds. Egypt has been gripped by unrest since Mohamed Morsi was deposed in July 2013. Militants have targeted security forces, killing several of policemen and troops, mostly in the Sinai Peninsula. On Tuesday, 5 bombs exploded outside police stations in Egypt's second city of Alexandria, wounding 10 civilians.
And to continue with our press digest, the coming headlines are coming from Al-Yawm Al-Saba. 100 million pounds, the cost of preparations of the Sharm el-Sheikh Economic Conference, a plan to pave roads and widen them that would cost nearly 35 million pounds. These headlines, of course, to tackle the infrastructure of Egyptian government in general, but let's here focus on the coming economic summit, or to pay some focus, shed some light on that. In my humble opinion, whenever you are talking about the coming 2 main incidents, they are going to be the economic summit and the parliamentary elections.
Yes.
Paving the way for investors to come and sending a message to the whole world that we are a safe, secured country, having the ability to arrange and to hold such an event. I think that this is not going to be less important than the last step of the roadmap, which is the parliamentary elections. If you agree with me, ma'am.
Of course, and this coming conference, this coming economic conference is not separated from what Muslim Brotherhoods are doing now. They want to convince the world that Egypt is not safe for investment. They will keep trying every day to convince the world that don't send your investments. No companies will be safe in Egypt. But I think many companies are now understanding that it's for their interest to come to Egypt and to invest in Egypt. And they know that there is no 100% security anywhere in the world.
Yes.
In the West, in the United States, anywhere in the world. You can face terrorism, you can face people who are just coming to kill people without any reason. It's not only in Egypt. And in fact, all countries understand that what Muslim Brotherhood are doing.
Now, I think the case became very much clear in front of all people, and thank God we are receiving a lot of confirmations that heads of states and very high-ranking officials are going to be here, heading high-ranking delegations from all over the globe. And we are
what's happening in Egypt is very similar with what was happening in China. at first they tried to contain China. When they couldn't, they went to invest in China. They sent a lot of money to China because they felt that it's their interest. Money does not have a nationality. They only understand about interests. If they feel it's good for them here, they will come, no matter what Muslim Brotherhoods will do.
Would you please, ma'am, the terrorist brotherhood organizations, they have nothing to do with Islam. Okay?
Of course, they have nothing to do with
Islam. We are very much delighted to have with us our economic expert, retired Minister Commercial, Mr. Mahmoud Ayoub. A very good morning to you, sir.
Very good morning to you and to the listeners.
Sir, whenever we are talking about the coming economic conference, which is going to take place, inshallah, mid-March in the Red Sea Resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, I was asking about the opportunities which we should grab and the delegations which are going to come, inshallah, from all over the world. To what extent do you think that this is going to be a turning point in our economic progress?
It will be simply because there are very good investment clients and investment opportunities in Egypt. There is stability and there is a big market and there is quite a positive environment for the investors, and most importantly there is stability. They will come because they want to have their foothold in Egypt at this time. Those who come earlier with a chance in this big market. I expect that Europe is coming, China, Soviet Union, Russia is coming, Arab countries are coming, and I'm sure that American investors will be in this summit. I am sure that this conference will be a turning point in the economic vitality of Egypt in the region.
But we do have a lot of homework to do.
For the investors to come and invest in Egypt.
Sir, we do have a lot of homework to do. I mean, we should have an agenda and priorities, and to prepare for the new investment law, and to pave the way for the investments and investors to come with more facilities, with more to introduce to attract them. Because as you know, the capitals or the money is covered. I know whenever you are feeling that you are going to a risk, you are not going to come. In brief, sir, in 1 minute, if you permit me, what to do in steps?
Prepare the investment law. The new investment law should be issued as soon as possible. This number one. The investor wants to be clear about what he is doing, where he is doing, how much will it cost him, and how long time will it take him to have his factory established, his products reach the consumer or the end user. We need to be clear and give them a positive signal about our investment law and the procurement, the money exchange. All these things should be clear to the investor from this moment. Prime Minister has been in Kuwait and made it very simple and very easy through one window for all investors to finish their projects in Egypt, or to initiate it in Egypt.
Minister Ayoub, Mahmoud Ayoub, retired Minister Commercial, thank you very much for your input, sir. Ma'am, returning back to, I would say, a sad news, and this is coming from Al-Ahram, where anger and tears in the funeral of the Muslim victims in the United States massacre. American President Barack Obama described the death of 3 young Muslims gunned down in North Carolina this week as brutal and outrageous, and says no one in the United States should be targeted for their religion. Al-Yawm al-Saba is also tackling the same issue, the assassination of Muslims in the United States and the slaying of Copts in Libya. Terrorism is killing us all. I like this term, terrorism is killing us all, but without Jews. They are an exception, and I don't know why. It seems that Daesh are not that much considering Judaism as one of the heavenly messages, or they do have other reasons.
It's not only Daesh and Hamas.
Yes. By the way, sides of the same coin. But let me hear first, after extending and after introducing our condolences to those who were killed there, I'd like to focus a little bit on the statements of Obama.
Yes.
Wow. He discovered recently that it's not accepted to target anyone for the sake of his religion or her, of course?
In fact, it's no surprise. He's talking all the time. And in fact, this accident proves that terrorism is happening everywhere in the world. It's happening in the United States, that is leading the alliance against terrorism. There is terrorism inside the United States. It's not only this incident. There were many incidents before, people going into a university or a school and just opening fire and killing people.
And this is not the first time.
Yeah, it's not the first time. It happened many times, and it proves that it's not only in Egypt that some people may be killed. It happens everywhere in the world.
This brave man, this shooter, even his neighbors said more than once about him that he was even going here and there with a gun in his hand.
Yes.
So,
because
what about the security there?
Arms are available to everyone in the United States. They have been talking for years about how dangerous it is to allow people to be having arms everywhere. Every person is allowed to buy a weapon and to use it. It's not forbidden there. Is this not against Islam?
It's against humanity.
Can't we say that they are killing Muslims, as they said when Muslims killed some people in France? Are they going to deal with this in the coming terrorism conference in the United States?
To anyone saying that je suis Diya Shadi or je suis his wife or her sister, the 19-year-old.
Just we are human being.
Every human life is precious. Ordinary people.
Yes.
Do we have the report? We are going to live a little bit with this detailed report about this incident, but before we go, let me first say thank you very much for the input of our dear guest, our political analyst, Dr. Hala Enara. Thank you very much for being with us. After the report, we are going to have such a short break, and we're going to go back and to come back and to continue with our breakfast show.
U.S. President Barack Obama on Friday